Hey guys, how's it going? This is exciting. We're back at the Eccles in the time slot last year when we first decided to start this vlog and to start talking about shows and putting the vlog on YouTube and really trying to make something of this. So it's kind of awesome. It's been a year. It's funny, we made that first vlog about Elf and then we didn't end up actually posting that vlog about Elf. It didn't work out, and it wasn't until Something Rotten that we posted our first one, but just kind of a fun story and a history. So we're here at the Eccles to see Finding Neverland, and this is one of those shows that we've seen before and just really liked.
Yeah, you know, this was actually one of the first shows that I think we rushed together in New York City.
Absolutely.
Got super cheap tickets and waited out on the sidewalk all morning, but it was so worth it. We actually saw most of the original cast. We got to see Matthew Morrison. He's the lead in from Glee on Broadway. We just missed Kelsey Grammer though.
By like a day or two. It was sad. Frasier let us down.
But it was a really fun show.
So this story is, the tagline they use for it is, this is kind of the backstory of how Peter became Pan. It's exciting to kind of see this prequel or this, you know, backstory to a story we all know and love. We've got a Utah native and actually one of Lee's friends in the cast.
I can't wait to see Adrien Swenson. She's been in so many local productions here, and I've always told her over and over again that I can't wait to go see her in New York on Broadway. So we actually got a chance to go backstage and interview Adrien about her experience here on the tour. So let's go check it out.
Here we go.
What is it like being here on your own hometown stage?
It's so special because this, like, I know that there are always people that I love in the audience, even if I don't know them. I love, this is my hometown, and I love the people, and of course it's good to come home.
What's it like to be, like, going after your dream and finally getting a national tour? What's that like?
Crazy. You have to be a crazy person to be in this industry, but I often have moments because it's hard to break through, and even when you're in it, it's not necessarily all like an easy career, but there are many times that I stop and have to tell myself, like, wait a minute, I'm succeeding at my dream because I'm a working actor. Like, I'm a full-time working actor. It doesn't even sound real. The fun is always in the people that you're working with, and this is, everybody will say, oh, it's a really great group, but this really is a great group of quality human beings. I've made some friends that are going to be friends for life. And the nice thing about the role that I played, that I'm not necessarily like one of the principal roles, is that we get to play these like sort of hyper characters. They're almost caricatures in a way, and we get to play so much with each other that when I understudy a principal role, I miss them, and I miss being with them and playing.
What's your favorite part about this musical?
My favorite thing about this musical is the magic that it brings. I think it encourages people to use their imagination and to dream and to always be a kid. Like, there was once one city that there was this like big, scruffy, looks like he could beat anybody up kind of guy on the front row who had the biggest smile and was leaning forward and crying, and like, everybody's a kid, especially the last half hour of the show. People who are aspiring to do this, I would tell them to be brave. Just be brave. Don't hold back from going to an audition. Don't hold back from submitting a reel. There have been times that I've submitted for things that I'm like, I'm not right for that. They don't want me, and I got the role. Like, I wish that sometimes when I held back a little, that I would have just gone for it hard. Because you just throw the darts, and where they land is not up to you at all.
It's so awesome to see a friend living her dreams. I always love those kind of stories with actors who are living their dreams and reaching the stars, and she's literally reaching the stars. It's so fun.
Awesome to see her in this national tour. Thank you so much for sitting down with us, Adrien. All right, guys, we're gonna head and see the show. Here we go. Hey everybody, we just got back from Broadway at the Eccles, seeing Finding Neverland. What did you think? What was your first good?
You know, for me, the first time I saw this show, it didn't really connect with me. But the thing I love about theater is when you give things a second chance, different things stand out, and I really enjoyed myself tonight. This show has a lot of heart, has a lot of symbolism, and I even found myself crying a little bit. Like, it just made me feel really good when I came home tonight.
I think my first good was definitely the magic of this show. Whether it's the set piece, whether it's kind of the wonder or this elementary, you know, drive to just be a kid again and to just have fun. I just really like that about this show, and it kind of makes it that little kid in all of us that's screaming to get out, it kind of just connects with that and talks with it. What was your number 2?
My number 2, I really loved the woman who played Sylvia Llewellyn-Davies. She's the main female character. Her name is Ruby Gibb, and I thought her voice was just beautiful. She had this great tone to it, and she just had this very sweet demeanor about her, and I just really thought she stood out to me as part of the cast.
Definitely, I think she connected really well. All right, I think my number 2 was definitely the 4 little kids that played Peter and his brothers in this show. Specifically, I really liked Seth Erdley, but he was just wonderful. He had a lot of really good timing. He had some very good, comedic punchlines, but he just had this presence about him that you don't see in a younger kid very often, and I just really thought he did well with it.
I loved his playing the ukulele. That was super cute.
Right. It just so many different things that he did. I really liked him. He did really well.
So can I sneak another good?
Sure.
Adrien Swenson. It was so fun to see this friend of ours be up on that stage, and she had some really funny roles. Like she was the mermaid and she was the pirate. It was so fun to see her up on the stage, and I was so proud of her.
It really was. Like she said in her interview earlier, just talking about what it's meant to her to get where she is and to be able to chase her dream. It was so cool to chat with her and connect with her, and to just see her own the stage at the Eccles. That was awesome. I loved that. So what about your opportunity?
Okay, so opportunity for me, and it might just be, I think, a little different than some, because I know Peter Pan has been played by a woman on stage a lot, but the character Peter Pan in this show, not the little boy Peter, but when they actually do it on stage, it's like a little girl giggling and prancing and dancing around, and it didn't really feel like the boy from the cartoon I grew up watching. It didn't connect with me. It's actually happened both times I've seen the show.
Absolutely.
Nothing huge, to be honest, but I just didn't love it.
I just think the way that it's written, I think when you're looking into, this is the story of how Peter Pan was created, right? I think that the way that it was represented in the show just really didn't connect to me, and it didn't really connect to like seeing Peter Pan's kind of like beginnings, or the beginnings of this great story that many people know. I think for me, my biggest opportunity was overall, there were some moments in the show that just felt like they needed a little bit more production, or a little bit more, to quote the new musical Prom, zazz, is that what they say?
Give it some zazz.
Give it some zazz. No, there were just a couple of times, there's this moment in the show where they're kind of, on Captain Hook's ship, and the ship is this elaborate moment, and the storm is raging with the projections, and the mast from the ship comes in, and all this other stuff, and it just felt like there wasn't quite enough production value put into some of these moments. That being said, the magic in this show is just like, I don't know how to explain it. It's just fun, and it's really elementary, and it just connects to that kid in you. So even though there were some times where I wish they would have gone a little bit bigger, overall the magic still rang through.
Well, and the thing about the magic, though, that's the part of the story. It's all about your imagination. So I kind of could see why they might have downplayed a little bit on the production, because it's all about your imagination and J.M. Barrie's imagination to create this story.
Absolutely. I don't know if it was from the time that we saw this before, or whether it just didn't connect as well, but something just felt like it was missing in some of those, major moments when it came to the production value.
Yeah. But, overall, this story is a story that the world loves. It's Peter Pan. We've all seen the cartoon. We've seen the stage show. I love the backstory. You see people do movies and write books, and it's always fun to do a backstory. And so I enjoyed my time tonight.
Absolutely. I really like their tagline that they have in the show. It just says, "This is how Peter became Pan," and I really like that. This is a really good way to describe the show, and just a quick sentence. Yeah. So I really like that.
It makes me want to go watch the movie again. I love that little boy in it.
That's exactly how I was. In fact, I'm not sure I've ever I've seen the movie, it's been on, but I'm not sure I've ever sat down and fully connected to the movie. So that's something I'll be doing in the near future. We had a lot of fun at the Eccles tonight with the Finding Neverland National Tour.
Yeah.
Solid night.
It was also just so fun to step foot on the Eccles stage and be able to talk to Adrien about living her dreams and being a working actor, getting paid to stand up on stage and do what you love.
Absolutely. There's just not enough testament to that, no matter if your thing is acting or if it's anything. Being able to chase your dreams and do what you love, and to just see that embodied in Adrien tonight was just wonderful. And then it's never going to get less cool to stand on Broadway stage and the Eccles stage.
I was a little
All right, so next up for us, we've got a couple of local productions. And when I say local, I mean Hale Center Theater, which if you haven't seen their theater, it's anything but community theater.
Sick.
It's state of the art. Wizard of Oz is coming up in this theater, and I'm anxious to see whether they fly a house in this brand new theater or not. So we'll see.
But then, what's next is, Wicked. I
wish
love
I had
that show.
I wish I had a green shirt on underneath. I could have just like burst out my Alphaba shirt.
We talk about
Alphaba. I
backstories.
said
Wicked is
Alphaba.
the.
I said Alphaba. It's Alphaba. Sorry about that.
We talk about backstories. Wicked is the ultimate backstory, so I can't wait to see that.
Yeah, that's going to be great coming up in January. But thanks for watching, guys. If you haven't had a chance to subscribe, definitely do that. Help share and like our videos as well. And we'll see you in the next one.